You're watching Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Jess Lujan. Welcome to this edition of The Buzz. Very excited tonight to have my in-studio guest, someone that used to be in that desk with the sports news. Is actually freshman Senator Brant McCreadie. Hey, how you doing?
Senator, how are you?
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very
I
much.
haven't had time to, actually a chance to wish you congratulations on your election, but great job. Let's get right to the heart of things here. You introduced a bill, as I think with your first day in office, right? Introduced a bill.
First couple of minutes.
First couple of minutes in office. Were you sworn in already? Was it legal?
I was sworn. Yeah.
Okay, you were sworn.
Made sure we sworn.
Let's make sure you did that. Bill number 6-32, and you got a lot of press on that. That's why I asked you to come here, because actually this is not just a plague that hits us here in Guam. It's a worldwide plague, basically, and more that there were months there where almost every day that we would read a predator again will be molesting or allegedly molesting our children here in Guam, be it family, friends. It's a lot of times they're known to them. Or not only that, but you have predators who are running away from court hearings back in the mainland, being found out here. So I'm glad that introduction. So I'm sure that was the genesis. But tell us a little bit of history on this and your experiences to be able to come up with this crafting of this bill, because obviously you were working on this again prior to even being sworn in.
I worked on this before actually even getting elected. And then when we were lucky enough to get elected, it became a reality that this bill would be the first bill that we introduced as soon as we were inaugurated and sworn in. That happened, and like you said, it got a lot of press. Now, this bill isn't about myself, or it's not about the Republicans or Democrats. It's about a bill that doesn't have a lot of compromise, but it's very effective. And it's a bill that protects our women and children. And that is, as a lawmaker, and I really, it doesn't matter if you're a freshman lawmaker or you've been there for 30 years, our job is to improve the quality of life of the people of Guam. And part of that job is to protect our people. And I think this is legislation that is long overdue. And I'm working bipartisan. My co-sponsor is Dennis Rodriguez, Senator Rodriguez. And I've been getting a lot of guidance from Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz. So we've also reached out to a different branch of government, the Attorney General's office. Right now we have absolute collaboration with all these parties to make sure the bill is comprehensive, and I said earlier, not compromising, to send a strong message that this is not acceptable.
Sure.
And by keeping these predators locked up, and I'm a humanitarian, I believe that they should get rehabilitated, but not as a tool to get out of jail.
Sure.
They should get rehabilitated in case they get released from prison. And that's this bill.
And actually, man, it is shown that once this type of behavior has saturated, I mean, the majority of the folks, we see it, repeat offenders. Not to say all cases, but a great many of those cases are repeat offenders. I mean, you see some of the folks that have been arrested again for another alleged molestation or child rape and all that, and they've got either probably out of probation or something, or still awaiting a pending case. So we're seeing quite a few of that, and like you said, the bill is not it won't compromise. No. But like I said, you were saying you're a humanitarian. They need to be rehabilitated. But you can't do that at the expense of the community.
And you can't do that, as like I said, as a tool to get out of prison. And that's what that is the intent of this whole bill, is to protect our current generation and our future generations, our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, our sons. And I think the language in this bill would reflect not so much of being soft on this, but being very, very tough on this particular instances that's going
Now,
on.
now, I'm not going to ask you to judge the court and some of the sentencing and stuff, but as one of the reasons why, not in itself again, just because the predators are out there, but as in one of the reasons why you introduce this bill is to maybe cover them loopholes that are given to maybe defense attorneys as an out for these predators to be able to use that to be able to get out to the community.
Yeah, this bill is in no way to try and tell the judges what they need to do or how they need to do their job, because I think the judges of this island do a fantastic job of what they have. And we know all the constraints that we have economically, and I think they're backed up into a corner through economics as well.
Sure.
This is something that can help them, and we reached out to them as well. This is something that will help them sentence a previously convicted predator, child molester, rapist, whatever you prefer to call it. And this will just set a guideline. And you know, at the end of the day, I truly believe in my heart that we will be a safer community because of this bill. And I'm very, very hopeful that my colleagues in the legislature support it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping for, I'm hoping for a unanimous support on this bill.
I don't see any reason why you shouldn't get 14 other votes alongside of yours in this. I don't see it being unconstitutional. You know, the federal law allows you to have more stringent laws than the federal mandate, federal statute. I think you're going to get unanimous support of that. There's maybe some tweaking that may. I mean, I know one of the things that I would tweak if I was in there serving with you is an amendment to say, hey, there are deportable offenses anyway, so people that may commit these things. We don't want. We don't just want to deport them right off the bat because we don't want another community to be to have these predators loose. Serve your time, serve hard time, and all that. But you can no longer stay in the community, regardless of where you're from. That there are deportable offenses because that you know, our compact. I mean, in the statute basically allows. There are portable or deportable offenses.
We had. You have to go to break.
Yeah, we're going to go to break. We're going to talk more about Bill number 6-32 when we return. Be right back.